All right, let's talk about computer hardware and software. If you already know about the difference between hardware and software, that's great. But if you do not know, I think this is a very good starting point. Well, what is a hardware in the first place? A hardware is a physical component that is within a computing device. Well, if you think about a digital watch, there is a component, a physical component inside that digital watch, or a computer. Within your computer, there are physical components that are working together and making your computer work. Well, if you think about it, there are tons of computing devices. When we say computing device, we're talking about electronic devices. All the physical components of an electronic device are called hardware. And when we say software, software is the actual machine understandable, or we could say machine readable instructions that instruct our hardware, that tell the hardware what to do and when to do it. For example, if you have a sports watch, you could set the timer. Also, let's think about alarm clocks. On that, you can set the alarm time at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and when the time comes, it really makes loud sounds. So essentially what you're doing is you are instructing through the interface of the software and you're telling to the hardware what to do and when to do it. Okay, let's see some of the names for some hardwares. As for the hardware, we have two types of it. One is internal and another is external. So internal hardware and external hardware. Well, for internal hardware, for example, for our computer, we have a motherboard or CPU, RAM, hard drive, graphics card, and many other components. They reside within our computer. And as for the external hardware, for example, mouse, a keyboard, a touchpad of your laptop, or a microphone or memory card, any external hardwares that we use together with our computer are called external hardware. And as for the software, we have a system software and application software. When we say system software, we're talking about Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, Android, or embedded systems. And an embedded system is a system or a software that is like injected or embedded within a hardware. If you think about it, we have a remote controller to control our TV. So the software that's running within our remote controller is simply an embedded system or embedded software. And application software, for example, Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, for example, the one that I'm using now to give you this presentation. Adobe Photoshop or Safari or Chrome browser. If you are a Windows user, you are using probably an IE browser, Internet Explorer, or Instagram or Facebook. These are all applications. I hope this brief introduction about hardware versus software gives you some idea about what we're getting into. And this is, of course, a very high-level introduction. As a future software engineer, we're going to dive deeper into the software side of it. In the next set of lessons, we'll be learning what are the different types of applications we have and how software products are developed using what types of methodologies. So, brace up.